and gentlemen, American Jerry and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. As always, we're sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga. Check us out on all of our platforms. Well, the top news story has to be the Ron DeSantis launch for his presidential campaign on Twitter, and it was a disaster. It was a 36-minute late start. It was hosted by somebody else. We don't really know if Elon Musk was actually, quote unquote, in the room. It was a disaster. And I think they only reached like 300,000 people. So then he had to do something post-tweet where he did a video, but it was a disaster. Everybody's making fun of him. Trump's obviously making fun of him. Everybody's making fun. Democrats are making fun of him. It was a bad beginning. And let me just share some more things with you. Ron DeSantis, his personality seems a little quirky. And I think it's showing as he tries to get going here in the presidential election. And I just don't, you know what? It's a bridge too far for him. You can be a great governor. It doesn't mean you're ready to be president. And I just think it's symbolic of his campaign just not doing well out of the gate. And then here's the other problem. The field is crowded, which plays completely to Trump because Haley, Pompeo, Scott, they're going to just take votes away from Ron DeSantis. Pence, they're going to take votes from DeSantis. They're not going to take votes away from Donald Trump. Trump's got his base, and Trump has proven his base is not going to leave him. He's going to win. Speaking of, Trump's up 31%. Yeah, he's happy. China hackers. Well, Microsoft has informed us that China, the Communist Party, China, is hacking into our infrastructure system. The focus seems to apparently be at Guam, but it's scary stuff. Like we didn't know this was going to happen. And again, can you imagine all these people coming in our country on our southern border? That includes China. Tons of them. Rest in peace, Tina Turner. I just want to acknowledge it. Big enough news. She was an icon. God bless her and her family. Debt ceiling. Well, it just keeps going up and up and up. And they keep claiming they'll get it worked out. At least one ratings, I think it was Fitch, one rating system has already got us on the watch list for a downgrade. Nice. Then we turn to Target. Target is into Satanism now. The pride stuff, it's backfiring on Budweiser. The latest company, North Face, had this goofy drag queen commercial. They're apparently getting hit with it. Again, it just tells you how, knowing that it's going to be a disaster, they can't help themselves because they have to stay part of this corporate woke culture that permeates every large corporation in America. They're all woke. They're all like this. Some were smart enough to leave it out. Disney, not so much. By the way, did you see Ron DeSantis in his white boots? That was a weird look. This is the Bulldog. Wait, before I go to that, I got two fun facts in history. I almost forgot. I want to do this every day. In Philadelphia on this day in 1787, delegates convened the Constitutional Convention on today. And Star Wars premiered May 25th, 1977, released in the theaters. And the rest is history. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Coming up next, Bulldog TV and local news. Ladies and gentlemen, American Jerry and Bulldog Nation, welcome to Bulldog TV local news. As always, we're sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga, and check us out on all of our platforms. Top story is this guy, Damon Davis. And I want to use him as an example of how ridiculous the Bar Association and the whole legal system is messed up. This guy was a convicted felon, included cocaine selling, and including using a gun. And despite that in his background, they allowed him to go to law school, take the bar, become a licensed attorney. Now, your first reaction might be where the punchline, Bulldogs, you're going to be say that you find all that terrible. No, I'm okay with it. The guy did something, long time ago. He's reformed, all that. Good be. But just think about that. Yours truly, me, never, ever, ever did such heinous acts like that. No, nothing. None of it. But the Kentucky Bar Association wouldn't let me back. Just think about it. Now, of course, I retired because I said hell with them. But I just wanted to use that as a lead story to point out the ridiculousness of the legal. There is nothing more arbitrary and capricious than the legal system, which, as you know, should be just the opposite of that. And law and crime. Well, it turns out I know this guy. The guy that was having police chase him for 5 hours across through Independence is Jeff Schurter. I knew Jeff Schurter when I was a kid. His dad, Ferd Schurter, his mom, Millie Schurter, drove a bus, recently passed away. His brother, Johnny. Good family. It sounds to me like, obviously, they know Jeff has some type of a mental thing going on. They actually put him in the mental hospital before allegedly gone. But I feel bad for all those people that Jeff scared the hell out of, and I hope Jeff is okay. Looks like nobody was hurt, which is also good. Nicholas Kiernan is the name that being identified as the landscaper working for his company, minding his own business in Corryville at 3 p.m. when he's just shot and killed. I'm telling you right now, I don't like going to Cincinnati. I mean, seriously, I don't like going. Just downtown Cincinnati, I'm kind of aware. Just thinking, who knows what happened. Hot pocket shooting. This guy, Clifton Williams, his roommate, ate the last Hot Pocket. So Clifton shot him. It's the Hot Pocket crime. You don't know the backstory now. Clifton might have said, do not eat the last Hot Pocket or I'm going to shoot you. And the guy did it anyway, so maybe Clifton felt like he had to shoot him. Unbelievable. Okay, and local. CVG expects a crowded Memorial Day flight weekend, 150,000 travelers. Get there early. Independence has bought the 26 acres that Kenton County had previously purchased to put the jail in. Independence now owns it. Interesting. 2 UC baseball staff, the assistant baseball coach and the director of operations, have been dismissed after an investigation. Here's the way I look at it. Sexual harassment, gambling. Might as well speculate, right? Congratulations to Steph Curry. He's going to have his own bourbon through Boone County Distillery. Pretty cool for Boone County Distillery. Congratulations. And in Kentucky news, the Kentucky COVID Memorial was dedicated yesterday by Andy Bashir. My God. That's all I got to say about it. Bashir's portrait was revealed. I like the memes circulating where there's a mask painted on him. They really should have put a mask on him. 12 counties were selected randomly for the Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron to audit, see what happened on election night. The closest county to Boone, Kenton, and Campbell that was selected was Harrison. So we'll see what happens. In Ohio news, Brown County prosecutor says human trafficking is on the rise. You think that's a coincidence of everything going on our border, everything's going on in our country? I don't think so. Meanwhile, Ohio property values are rising, which means you're going to pay more in property tax. And last but not least, in sports, the Reds got crushed by the St. Louis Cardinals. Guess who pitched? You guessed it, Ashcraft again. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Coming up next, World News with Jamie Spinley.
Hello again, Bulldog Nation. The top stories from around the world. More than 100 firemen were sent to a major fire in New South Wales, Australia. Some of the walls of the multi-story building collapsed. There are concerns that the inferno could spread to neighbouring buildings. It is still unsure how the fire had started. India's new parliament is set to be inaugurated this weekend. Amongst a politician rout of 19 opposition parties say they will boycott the ceremony. South Africa is heading into the southern hemisphere winter with the prospect of the country's worst ever power cuts up to 16 hours a day. The root of the problem lies in very poor management, sabotage and corruption. The death of a 43-year-old man is the first in the United Kingdom to be linked to the zombie drug xylazine, which is prompting overdose warning to the USA. The UK is calling it a really concerning drug. Until tomorrow, take care, and as always, thank you for watching Bulldog's World News.